I hope y'all are doing well. It's Joe with Bumbling Acres, and it's our kind of tradition of a Sunday update and thoughts and such. It's been a busy day. Did lots of clearing out things. I'm terrible about taking before and after pictures, to be brutally honest. And I don't really mind. Documentation is important, but I never want to lose sight of what I'm doing with the homesteading become more important than YouTube of the homesteading. I've kind of had a bad taste in my mouth in that there are a lot of people that want to YouTube really well, and homesteading sometimes feels like a secondary thing. And for one, I think that's just silly because homesteading takes so much of your time. But the other reality just being that, you know, it is a lot of work for a homestead to make your homestead work. You spend a great deal of time working, taking steps, you know, cleaning things, fixing things, moving things, clearing things, burning things, and that's part of homestead life. And I don't think I'd be able to get as much done if I was constantly trying to do before and afters and make sure I was documenting it right so it was the most entertaining. So, you know, documentation is a secondary thing. But what was on my mind today, as those of you know, we have this coming Saturday. It is Sunday, so I have 6 days, and our wedding will be on our property. And there's a lot of stress that comes into that. You know, trying to get everything so that it's ready, work through the formalities of the event. You know, something that crossed my mind earlier, which is never let the ceremony get bigger than the celebration. Okay, that's really why we're inviting people over. That's really why we're having friends and family, those that can make it. Isn't because we want to. Isn't for the ceremonial aspect of just being invited to the ceremony, but it's that I wanted people to share in the celebration of our union, of Deborah and I, and us coming together. And you know, that's been this last year of our journey together. And this is just the next step in that journey. For me, it's very logical. It makes sense. It's not emotionally driven, though there are emotions involved. But it's very easy to lose track of the celebration because you're so focused on the ceremony. So that was a big thing for me, and a reminder to me today. You know, don't let, in a sense, the finality of the task, the final task, become more important than all the steps along the way. It's really easy to become disheartened and frustrated. And part of homesteading is, if you're going to be a homesteader, you've got to learn to love the journey. You've got to go and learn to love the process. And that, you know, you've got to love getting up in the morning and taking care of your animals and getting your garden set up and getting your property set up. Like, you've got to love that. You know, it's not enough just to love the egg selling. Like, it's not enough just to love the egg eating, the fooding of it. You have to love the journey. You know, when it comes down to waterproofing a pond, like, you got to have a passion to want to do that. Just the joy of having a pond that holds water doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't mean anything if that's all you're doing it for. But if you're doing it for the steps along the way and the proficiency and the excellence, you know, if that becomes your goal. One of the things we did today, I'm walking over to show off, is we redid our sign, partly being because we have people coming and we want to make sure they can tell who we are and where we are. So, you know, for me, a reminder to everybody out there in YouTube land, if you're going to homestead, which I honestly think you should in some method, shape, or form, whether that be having chickens on your property or having your garden of your own tomatoes or raising your own beans or whatever it is. But whatever that reality is, you got to love it. You got to love doing it. Like, that's where the passion comes from. And the passion will see you through the adversity, because you're going to have some adversity. You're going to have some challenges. And if your joy in homesteading is from the end product, you will burn out, because it takes so much work to get there, and it's good work. It feels great to be out here. I have more joy in my day for the 10, 12, we've been at it since probably 8 o'clock this morning, working on the property, pulling stuff and getting ready. And granted, we've got the big celebration coming up on Saturday, but still, a lot of this is still homestead stuff. And the joy in doing the task. It's not just the joy in the end product. If it's the joy of the end product, man, you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be tired, and you're going to wonder why. But I find joy in seeing my chickens interact with each other. I find joy in getting my water system set up. I find joy in putting my garden together. I find joy in pulling trees out of my property and chopping them up with my chainsaw so that they're ready, because that's homesteading. That's the lifestyle. The lifestyle will bring you joy. So don't let the end product be the goal in your homestead journey. The journey is worth it. So don't let ceremony become more important than the celebration. So, you know, it's early in our prep. We still got a busy week left of getting everything ready for people. So I'm looking forward to having friends over. I'm looking forward to marking, you know, Deborah and my life together and taking that next step together. We've already done so much on our property. I will do a walkthrough at some point again, so you all can get a feel. We have a little over 4 acres. We have 4 1/8 of an acre. And we're just trying to maximize every inch of that land. So that's really exciting. So I look forward to hope you all learn something. I appreciate everything you guys do. So you all be safe. Joe at Bumble Niggers, don't forget to like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Thanks for your well-wishing. Thanks for the joy and the laughter in the comments. Thanks for sharing. And I appreciate y'all. So bye.